little boy coming out. He's done some of everybody, and he's great. And I love him.
How about it? That is extra special. Yeah. I remember talking to Sean. He was the first person that I talked to when I got a I knew I was going to have to go through handlers when I got to him. But he was the first handler that I talked to, and he was, the way he spoke of you, he was just like very, very protective. He was like,
we're like family. Just everything. I call him when I'm crying and I'm upset. And oh, don't get it twisted now. If you want to work with Sean, it's not going to be all peaches and cream like you think it is. He is a tough person when it comes to it, but he's a perfectionist. And that's one of the things I appreciate about him being so tough, because if you want it to be right, you know definitely it's going to be done right. Nothing less than the best.
That's what's up. Well, I want to...
Hold on, you asked me about my presence. What's your presence?
I'm dominant as well.
Really?
Actually, well, I tell you, I'm primarily dominant, and I can say honestly that I prefer being dominant. But I definitely want to tap more into my submissive nature because I've been neglecting it, and it's actually been throwing me off balance. And so I've been actually trying to tap more into my submissive nature, because I can be very submissive. Oh hell, I am very submissive. I am. But for the most part, I think I tend to nurture my dominant nature more. Because I'm like you, I'm a go-getter. When I see something I want, I'm going for it. And if you're in my way, I'll move you. Or find some kind of way around you.
You know what's so crazy about that is I find myself to the point a lot of times because I'm so dominating and I'm a go-getter. Mm-hmm. If I put the ball in your court, I'll wait for so long. Mm-hmm. But then after you disappoint me or you don't come through, you know what? I'm going to do it on my own. Peace out. I'll find a way to get it or make it happen. But then I find myself, because I am a dominant person who really does want to be submissive, I'll find myself not being able to see you in a dominating role because you disappointed me so many times. I don't, just... Even when it comes to being in the bedroom anymore, it's no more of wanting to see you be submissive or be my submissive partner or anything like that, because you let me down so many times.
Right.
Like, you're just looking for that thing.
Right. This is the whole thing about giving your submission to someone. You definitely want someone that's going to care for it, that's going to actually handle it well. It's going to give you exactly what you're looking for, what you need. It's going to, step up and make decisions for you. Handle you.
Exactly.
Just thinking about that is actually like turning me on.
I know, right? Even as you were talking and just the whole centralness of your voice, I'm just thinking like somebody coming through the door and just picking you up and just scooping you up, and you're just like, damn. That's the stuff that make you bow down. You just like this.
Exactly.
Yes, that is my baby. That is my baby.
There's nothing else for you to do except just spit. Absolutely. Yeah. There's definitely something. What's the word I want to use for submission? It definitely aids, I think, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, people, I think it definitely aids in a fair amount of balance that we need in our life. And because I think the majority of people don't have balance. But I definitely wanted to just kind of jump the subject for a second. And I just want to read a piece from your bio, from your website. And, and I chose this piece because I felt something. Let me just put it like that.
Well, can I say something before you go into that?
Okay.
Just for the people in the chat room, when you go to my website, we were talking about the calendar, but just keep in mind I'm an entertainer all the way around. a lot of people see the calendar and they go to the website and they just think they're going to just see new pictures of me. But I am an entertainer. So the calendar is just one aspect of who I am, which is what she's about to get into. So when you go to the website, don't just, not read about me. Find out who I am.
Absolutely, because we're going to get into that because I definitely want to know, and I just put it in the chat room, the link. So if you guys want to click on the link, that will take you to therealacire.com where you can check out the business that I want to get into because, Acire is more than just a beautiful, sexy, vivacious calendar. She's an actress, novelist, and more so, a very evolving human being. Yeah, and a self-made publisher as well. That's right, self-made publisher, but definitely an evolving individual, which that's particularly is what I'm attracted to the most about you is that you're evolving because I love the whole concept of natural evolution between humans because a lot of people never find a way to evolve. And I'm talking mentally, not physically. I'm talking mental evolution because we've been stuck in a. I'm not even going to get into that right now. Let's just get back to what I was going to say because I'll end up going off on a tangent on that because I'm so passionate about it. Okay. Now, this is a piece from your bio, from your website. Her eyes are mirrors overflowing with emotional reflection of her pained past. We are all survivors, not by choice, but by divine design. What was going on? What did you mean?
Well, actually, what was going on with me, I am probably like a lot of people, some people watching us right now, they see the finished product and they don't know what's going on behind, but if the person who actually wrote that was actually in an interview with me and she could see that there was more to me than just a pretty face, So in our conversation, I explained to her that I am definitely a survivor. I am, a victim of circumstance, I like to say I'm a statistic all the way around. I am, first of all, an African-American woman in a very tough industry. Number two, I am the product of an abusive home. I actually was verbally assaulted as a child by my mother, and physically sexually assaulted by one stepfather, and then the second father pretty much attempted to do the same thing, but he still would fondle me. And thirdly, as a teenager, I had a boyfriend that was physically abusive. So I am probably, when you see me, you don't know, but I've probably been through more as a child than most people have endured their whole life. But that doesn't take away from me. That has actually added to who I've become.
How about it?
I have turned that trial into a triumph, if that makes sense. A lot of times people go through things in their life and they either don't know how to cope or how to get over it. For me, it was my motivation.
So you kind of harnessed that and transferred it into something, or transformed it into something positive.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people cannot do that.
Exactly. I've had a lot of people say, well, did you go to counseling or did you need counseling? No, I needed to